Hello, my loyal Wreck My Podcast listeners. I have a little bit of a bonus episode for you this week. So this past week, I got to sit down with my friend Ryan Buds to ask him 5 trivia questions for his podcast called Trivia with Buds. I met Ryan because about 2 years ago, he started doing trivia nights at one of my favorite local breweries called Pocock Brewing Company. You probably know the name because they're typically being drank on our set while we're filming these podcasts, so you've probably heard the name or seen the bottles before. He has since grown his trivia company to have quite a large following in the Los Angeles area, and he has a weekly podcast as well that's about to hit its 100th episode. I am a huge fan of his podcast, and he's part of the reason why I started one of my own. So if you live in the Los Angeles area, I would say go to his website, triviawithbuds.com, to see where you can catch him weekly doing trivia nights with great stand-up comedy elements involved in that as well. That's Buds with 2 Ds, by the way. And if you don't live in the Los Angeles area, don't worry, you can still enjoy the fun. Just go to Trivia with Buds on the Apple Podcast app. I believe he's on YouTube as well and some other major podcast apps as well if you don't have an Apple phone. Ryan was on our Marvel trivia episode a few weeks ago, and hopefully I'll have him on again because he's just a really fun guy and super awesome to have on the show. And he has given me permission to upload our little trivia talk as a bonus episode on our Wreck My Podcast channel, so you all can get a small taste of what he does on his podcast. And if you check out his show, be sure to listen to the episode from February 27th, where my wife and I go head-to-head on craft beer and Grease the movie trivia. And now that I've talked longer than I've ever done on an intro before, here is a short trivia session I did with the infamous Ryan Buds after a little bit of drinking that night.
Sitting here at Pocock Brewing Company in Santa Clarita, California with my good friend Jordan Zeilinger. What's up, Jordan?
Hi.
We call you Jay-Z. Those are your initials. And you have a podcast called Wreck My Podcast.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about what that is.
So it started out with an idea to kind of like wreck our perception of things, and now it's just whatever I want to talk about. So we kind of do fun pop culture stuff. So if you like pop culture, you'll probably like it, and if you like hearing me stumble over words and making lame dad jokes, that's fun too.
And you're not even a dad yet.
I'm not even a dad. I've been praying for this my whole life.
There you go. You've done episodes on things like Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yep.
And the Marvel universe.
Yeah, you were on the Marvel one.
That was a fun one.
We realized that we don't know as much about Marvel movies as we thought.
And nor do I.
Yes.
And now we got 5 questions from you. You said you had 5 random questions for me.
I do.
And are they of a certain theme?
So kind of. I wanted to do 1980s because I know that you love the 1980s.
My favorite.
But you just did a podcast on that.
Sure.
So I decided to go the year 2014.
Ooh.
Because I figured it's kind of close, so you'd think you know everything, but it's
Sure.
just far enough away that maybe you won't.
Of course. 2014, I will tell you this, my daughter was born.
And I thought that too. I didn't
That's
want
all
to
I
say
got.
it out of place, but I was like, I think that was a big year for you.
That is all I got.
Maybe you missed a lot of this because of that.
All right,
So let's see. We'll start off with the first one. It's kind of a softball.
Let's do it.
An album by what band was preloaded on all iPhone 6s in 2014?
That was only 14? See, I would have
Yeah.
thought that was like 2012, but that was U2, the songs of, not experience, but songs of inexperience, sadness, no, U2, songs
Well, I was
of
just looking for
something.
the band,
Oh,
so you
U2.
got it, but it was Songs of Innocence.
Innocence,
Yes, there
that's
you
it,
go.
got it.
So you two, you got that one right. So ding. Next question.
Real quick, I thought that was a good move, but it shouldn't have been, hey, it's on your phone. It should have been, hey, if you have an iPhone, it's free.
Yeah,
That
give
would have
them
been
the
great.
choice.
And then people are like, oh, I got a free U2 album. I'm going to download that because I have an iPhone instead of an Android. But then they were just like, it's already on there. And they're like, you know,
I think it was
did their
pretty
U2.
presumptuous
Yeah,
that they're
it's a
like,
little-
everyone loves Bono. So
I
we'll just
like
start.
U2, and I still
Yeah.
thought it was like, ugh. 'Cause
My
that
dad-
album's no bueno.
Well, my dad loves U2, and he was still like, how do you get this off of here?
Sure.
So,
All dads, by
Yeah.
the way, love U2.
oh yeah.
Sure. We move in mysterious ways.
Okay then. I'll take that as a U2 reference. Who performed via hologram at the 2014 Billboard Music Awards?
Tupac. Nope. The other one.
You can't take my.
There was
you can't
another
do a facial
well,
expression.
well, you gave me a face that said no, but Tupac has been a hologram
He
at some
has
point.
been, yes.
That's like Coachella or some shit.
It was, I believe.
Okay,
Coachella.
so this hologram at 2014,
yes, Billboard,
Billboard Music
The one in
Awards.
Las Vegas.
he's dead.
He's dead. Was dead in 2014.
He's dead
Still
in
is dead today.
Still dead today.
Yes, they have not revived him yet.
2014, and they're dead.
Hopefully they will revive him in the future.
God dang, I don't. If it's not Tupac, I have no idea. If it's not Tupac, I have no idea.
It's like my abs, a 2-pack.
Aye.
Michael Jackson.
Okay.
Well, there you go.
I'm very underwhelmed.
Underwhelmed?
Yeah.
You didn't like,
it's like that's the one, yeah.
You didn't like Old Mike on the 2014 Billboard Music Awards?
I was confusing that with Tupac, and then also confusing they were going to do a hologram of Prince at the Super
yes.
Bowl with JT, but then they canceled last minute, and they did like a weird kind of hologram for a
Yeah.
second for Purple Rain.
Well,
Yes.
I will say this. I thought it was Tupac also. I'm like, I'm going to ask this question. I looked up, I'm like, oh, it's Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
So I was wrong as well.
One
So,
for one.
Who won the award for Best Actress at the 2014 Oscars? I will give you some
The
multiple choice
answer
here.
was Tupac.
So it's either Kate
Next
Blanchett,
question.
Amy Adams,
Jordan.
Meryl Streep,
Next question.
Jennifer Lawrence.
All right. What was it? 2014?
2014 Oscars, Best Actress. Kate Blanchett, Amy Adams, Meryl Streep, Jennifer Lawrence.
Okay, I don't think it was Meryl Streep. I don't think it was Jennifer Lawrence. American Hustle she won for, but I don't know if that was 2014. What were the other two?
Kate Blanchett and Amy Adams.
Oh, Kate Blanchett won for the Drunk movie.
There you go. Yep,
Yes.
Kate Blanchett.
That's right.
Two more.
What was that called? I Drink, I'm Kate Blanchett.
I don't know because I didn't actually know this question. I had to look it up. I drink. I'm Kate Blanchett. That's what she's
Documentary.
I, Kate Blanchett. So, what TV show ended after 9 years on March 31st?
iCarly.
2014 with a very divisive finale.
How I Met Your Mother.
Yes, How I
Yes.
Met Your Mother.
Yeah, dog. I never saw it. I watched.
You just were on it.
Yeah, I was, well, I was on it, and then I never finished it. Yeah, I watched the first 3 episodes of the last season where the whole thing's at the wedding.
Yeah.
And then I lost interest.
Yeah, I have a weird OCD where if I start a show, I have to finish it, even if it's hot
Sure.
garbage. So I kind of made it to the end.
Have you seen that show, Hot Garbage?
No, is there a
good
show,
show.
Hot Garbage? I'd probably love
Yeah.
it. That's my life.
It's about the guy who does that Worst Jobs show.
Mike Rowe?
Yeah, it's called Hot Garbage with Mike Rowe.
And he just throws around garbage that's on fire.
That's right.
So what was the highest what was the highest worldwide grossing film of 2014? I'll give you some answers here.
Okay.
It's either Guardians of the Galaxy,
Yes.
X-Men Days of Future Past,
Yes.
Captain America Winter Soldier,
Yes.
or Transformers Age of Extinction.
Captain America Winter Soldier.
Wrong. You can take another guess.
Not Transformers. Oh, no, that must mean it's it.
I have terrible facial expressions.
Is that it?
So worldwide, Transformers made over $1 billion.
I hate it.
And
I
it
hate
was
it.
a top grossing worldwide film of 2014,
They
which
love
is
it.
terrible.
They love it
But
worldwide.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all I got for you. I don't
Those
know
were good
which-
questions. I
you
only
did
got
like half.
2.
You got 2.5 right, so you got 50%.
And let's go back. Tupac was not the answer to any of them.
No.
Also, his name is not pronounced Tupac.
Tupac, no.
When I talk real
Tupac
quick,
Mac.
it's real Chicago-y. Hey, where's that Tupac? If I say roof while I'm talking quick, it's always rough. But when I break it down and people are like, why are you saying rough? I'm like, I'm not saying rough. But then when I talk quick, it's rough, 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 rough. Sound like a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there you go.
Well, this was a fun podcast, Jordan.
Yeah,
Thanks
right?
for informing me of all kinds of
Of course,
things.
of 2014.
2014.
Yeah, random but fun.
Beautiful daughter was born, and that's all I remember for sure.
There you go. That's
And
all
I
you
think
need to
she
know.
may be mine. Jordan, where can people find you and your fun podcast?
So people can find me personally at BS and Craft Beer. I post some things about working out,
Now,
about
does
drinking
that
beer.
BS stand for bullshit?
No, it stands for Blood, Sweat, and
Oh.
Craft Beer. Blood for wrestling, because I love pro wrestling. Sweat for working out. Craft Beer for craft beer.
Sure.
And then Wreck My Podcast, you can find us on Instagram and Twitter at Wreck My Podcast. You have been on it, and hopefully we'll have you on again soon. And like I said, we just talk about random crap.
Very good. Next week's episode all about Tupac.
There you
Thanks
go,
for
Tupac.
hanging out, Jordan.
All right, thanks, Ryan.